Hello and welcome to the FUHSO Insiders podcast, your go-to source for all things FUHSO. I'm Mantra and I'm excited to be your host for today's episode. I have here with me
Francis,
welcome.
thank you, Mantra.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm very fine. Thank you.
Alright, so it is the beginning of the rain semester and we are already seeing a lot of students coming back to school. A lot of you are already back on campus and we are really excited to have you guys coming back. Although not everyone is back on campus.
Yeah, just a small fraction of students are back.
Yes, we actually sent out a survey and based on the replies we got from the survey, as of yesterday, only about 30% of students said that they were back on campus and most of them were 100 level students. So we asked you guys to rate your level of preparedness from 1 to 5 and most of you picked 3.
Okay, 3 is a fair number. For myself, I would have said 2. I was thinking 2 actually, because I know most students usually don't like school and all that. And with the way things are going, I think 2 would have been a fair number for myself if I were to pick actually.
Yeah, but like 3 just keeps you in the middle. Like, are you prepared? Are you not prepared? Okay, let me just be in the middle. You understand? So yeah, being indifferent. So apart from those who chose 3, the other percentage mostly were people who chose 4. So it would mean a lot of people that answered the survey really felt prepared or really feel prepared for this semester.
World-class students actually.
Yeah, world-class students. Talking about world-class students, you guys had your anatomy practical, which we have all been wanting to hear about.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and like we said, we're going to be dropping the hot gist and we're going to be telling you guys everything as the experiences we are going to be sharing them with you. And that's why we have Francis here, because Francis is actually a 200 level MBBS student and he did the practical.
Oh yes, that's true, Mantra. Okay, well, I don't know, before anything goes on, I know I'm going to be giving you guys the hot gist in quotes, but I don't know how hot this gist is going to be because medical ethics demands that we keep to a certain level confidentiality of the nature of things that happened during the practicals. So I will try my best to share out what I can so that I don't get penalized by the school authorities. So yes, I'll give you the warm gist if I may say. All right.
Before that day, the day of the practical, I went to the clinic and I heard from someone, an inside source, that the cleaner refused to go to the lab.
Well, I don't blame the cleaner because it's actually it's not a funny sight to behold. So just imagine being in the same building alone with with a number of cadavers. It's scary. It's scary. So I myself, I wouldn't even want to do that job. It's not something of it's not a function of your age. Let me not even say spirituality, but to an extent, it's a scary something. So I don't blame that cleaner actually.
Okay. Tell us tell us about your experience that day.
Okay, well, let me speak for myself. Basically, okay, for myself, I think I had this eager expectation. I could not wait because we've been waiting a long time for this. In fact, a huge fraction of our lives we've been dreaming about this very day. So I had this expectation that really helped me counter fear. Well, before that practical, I had this jittery feeling, this butterflies in my stomach, and I was like, okay, this is the first time I'm going to be standing so close to a cadaver. I don't know what to expect. I did not know what to expect. I actually expected, now from every other person's end, I expected some kind of funny reactions, some kind of, throwing up, fainting, crying, some people reacting and all that, so that this gist would have been very hot. But to my greatest surprise, FUHSO's world-class students were more than prepared. In fact, the ladies were strong, the guys were eager to start the practicals. They were even ahead of the lecturers, waiting to unfold and to start the dissections and every other thing. And I was quite surprised actually. So I know, before the practicals, others too had that feeling, that anxiety and all that. And those gist we hear and all those stuff like. But when it was time for practicals, I don't know what happened, but I think the students just got used to the whole thing and nothing so big in quotes happened except the practicals. So that's it, sir.
Wow. Okay, that's great to hear. As you heard, Francis, the world-class students, there was no crying, no shouting, no vomiting, no running out of the lab. Yeah. So at least some of us were actually expecting this kind of things to happen, but yeah, so it did not. Okay, Francis, what would you say was the most challenging part of the practical for you?
Okay, some of them I think I will leave it confidential to myself, but one of it that I think I may be able to say here is standing so close to a cadaver for the first time. Not one, a number of them for the first time. It's not, even though I may be old enough to accommodate such mental and emotional stuff. The thing is this, it's a first time experience. I did not expect it to go so smooth. So that's one of it. Then secondly was the smell of the environment, the embalming fluid they used. Well, yes, for Marlene, I think that was the first time I got to smell something like that. It may not be so bad for others who are into the system, but for myself, linking that smell to, okay, this, whenever I smell something like this, it smells like dead bodies or something like that. That's what it felt to me. So, but before the end of the practicals, I got quite used to it, although it's still not a very nice smell. Not unpleasant, not what we think, not, I don't know how to explain the smell though, but it wasn't so pleasant. Even through the nose mask, I could still smell the whole thing. But well, the practicals, day one is done and dusted, so I'm still alive.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That day I actually spoke to some people, and a lot of them went out to eat, and they said whilst eating they could not even order meat with their food. Well, okay. So, did anything surprise you during the practical? Is there anything shocking?
Okay, well, like I said, I expected to be shocked actually. So, well, it didn't happen. Yes, it didn't happen. Well, the shocking aspect actually was the fact that people were not shocked. Let me put it like that. I was surprised. Yeah. Yes, I was surprised. There were some quite shocking things, that, like I said, I may not be able to share because this is going on here. So I don't know who listens to this, but let's just put it that I was shocked because other people were not shocked. In fact, we're actually looking out to some people to react strangely, and I don't know where that courage came from, but I think it's a good one actually.
Yeah, that's actually very interesting. Okay, so how do you think this experience would help you in your medical studies and in your career?
Okay, basically, this is very vital for every medical student. I can't remember who now, but I think there was one of the pioneers of medicine actually stated that medicine is more practical than theoretical. So it has to be more practical. You don't just teach doctors in the classroom and expect them to be good doctors. So they have to start from somewhere. And I think anatomy practicals like this are one of the very first basic. In fact, that it gives you a first-hand experience of what would be happening when you become a doctor. You get to see the human body in person, the structures you've always learned about that you've seen in your atlas and all that, and now you get to interact with this. And yes, and in fact it's basic if you must be a surgeon, because your incisions and all those stuffs, you get to learn it from there. And I think it also gives you that courage. You learn to build your courage, your mindset, and all those other emotional stuff you need for the journey ahead. So I think it's very necessary, and those are the little ways I know it can help one in their medical career.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us, Francis. It was very insightful.
Yeah, I love just actually.
Okay, so yeah, like you heard him, world-class students, there was no fainting. He told us about his experience as for his first anatomy practical. As world-class students, we should also know this, that hygiene should be very important to us. Maintaining good hygiene is not just about looking and smelling good. It is also essential for our health and our well-being. And hygiene practices can help prevent the spread of germs and diseases that will keep us and those around us healthy. Yeah. So one important aspect of hygiene is personal cleanliness, and this includes habits such as showering, brushing our teeth, washing our hands regularly. We all know that proper hand washing is very important. It's especially important because it can help prevent the spread of germs, those germs that can cause illnesses such as the flu, colds, and even the recent COVID-19. So, but in addition to personal hygiene, it is also important for us to maintain cleanliness in our living spaces, whether it is at home or in the hostel, because it can also help prevent the spread of germs and keeping our living spaces comfortable and inviting. You understand? Yeah, you should keep your living space cozy and welcoming. Yeah. So simple habits like regular cleaning of your rooms, doing your laundry, and proper disposing of trash, which is very, very important, can go a long way in maintaining a clean and a healthy environment. And as world-class students, we should make sure that we know that we have that responsibility to ourselves and to others to maintain good hygiene practices. By doing so, we can help promote a healthy and safe living environment for ourselves and for our community. So let us make that commitment to prioritize these hygiene practices in our daily lives, and we should also encourage others to do the same. The essay for the week has been dropped on the Facebook page, so you can go to check that out. The topic is social media, the impact of social media on mental health and well-being. What do you think about that topic, Francis?
Okay, mental health and well-being. I think it's a 5 and 6 something. It's how do I put it? It's 1 and 2. They are quite related. Your mental health actually has to do with how you live. Like it's should I say they are intertwined actually. We did something like that in 100 level, mental health. Yeah, so every man, especially students should work on their mental health because it plays a huge role in how successful you are going to become, how well you assimilate, how well you're able to answer your exam questions, how well you interact with every other person. And in fact, without your mental health, you may not even maintain a proper hygiene, like we said. So I think they are both related, like the intertwined.
All right. We got some essays. I think a few of them. The last essay we dropped, which was the topic of that last essay was, is AI a threat to professionalism? And we saw your essays. They were very, very insightful. They were very interesting. We really loved the opinions, and some of them will be posted on our social media pages. And we really loved a few of them. Francis, yeah, what do you think about AI, and do you think it is really a threat to professionalism?
AI, artificial intelligence, actually. Okay, well, it depends on where you decide to stand. AI can be helpful to professionalism, and it may not be, in the sense that not all fields may benefit from AI. Meanwhile, while those fields are benefiting from AI, there are also disadvantages. For example, it can cause, is it technical unemployment, they call that now, where AI gets to replace actual manpower and renders people unemployed. AI can actually help in the, in the computer aspect, in the technological aspect of professionalism. But there are some aspects of professionalism where AI may not be so helpful, like students using AI, which may be good, but may make them lazy. Yes, even so, some other professions like writing and all that. Although it makes research easy, but it makes people lazy, and so it may be good, it may not be good. It depends. Yeah.
Yes, that's very true. You can improve your professionalism with the help of artificial intelligence, but you should not make it like a replacement for it. Is it a threat? Well, to me, I would say it depends on where you are standing. I actually found ChatGPT and everything very, very late. Like I was late to the game. A lot of people found out about it before me. Yeah. So, and when I did, I was in tech then, so I used to use it to like review my codes and all that. And after a while, I found out like I was very addicted to it. Sometimes instead of writing a code, I would just go and type, and ask it to write a code for me. And Well, what's the threat to professionalism? Well, you would say that isn't so professional, is it?
It's not.
It is not. Well, like we said, we received a couple of essays and they had a lot of interesting things to say, and we are going to be sharing some of them with you on our social media pages. So please try to engage with the essays, and you can submit other articles, poems, videos, music, performances to us at any time. Yeah. So I think that's a wrap. That's it for today's episode. Yeah. Join us next week for another episode where we'll be discussing the latest news and events around the school. Yeah. Until then, stay curious, stay creative, and stay engaged.
All right. Thank you so much for FUHSO Insiders.
Yeah. Thank you, Francis.